New breed to the world over. Yeah. Peep the effervescence, it's more than a session. We apply the pressure, you claim we talking reckless. More wordplay than Merriam-Webster. It's more than a lecture, a lot more infectious. We don't need a mask, just a page with a verse. Enemies fall, catch a fade while they lurk. Marching with the saints, feet planted in the dirt. Time zone change, making moves, time to work. Lost tribes found, now these demons go berserk. Heard my name through the wire, now we on red alert. Now I'm sipping red stripe, mixed with bourbon for infirmities. Everyday breathing got a certain sense of urgency. No surrender, no retreat, you gotta feel this. I'd rather hit the kill switch than let them steal this. No surrender, no retreat, you gotta feel this. I'd rather hit the kill switch than let them steal this. Breathe. Try to tell us only hatred can raise men. Blood money made him compromise his faith in. And now he's cursed, surrounded by them fake friends. Time is urgent, don't get caught up in the trade winds. Cause the real would disappear before you make amends. A lot of brothers stranded, taking life for granted. Born to hold it down and anchor with an anvil. Industry rappers more trash than a landfill. Keep a scroll on my waist, what the plans is. Modern warfare illuminate the canvas. The serpent seed dies, Lord, mutilate them bastards. My foes moving backwards, got them flabbergasted. No surrender, no retreat, you gotta feel this. I'd rather hit the kill switch than let them steal this. No surrender, no retreat, you gotta feel this. I'd rather hit the kill switch than let them steal this. Breathe. Gazing at the sky, holy tabernacle. Endure to the end, it won't be no rapture. Spitting all this acid till it's closed captured. Perimeter shots, like we play for Mavericks. Belly of the beast, we done seen it all. Got the bruise dropping truth, check the catalog. They pointing horns, but we moving like some matadors. Since a youngin' I was trapped, but I'm headstrong. I knew my history teacher was dead wrong. All around the world, it's like the same song. Get your ammunition ready for the face-off. I seen the whole hood perish from the 8 ball. Full throttle, corner pocket, now they underground. That's a choice for the lost souls. Like the whole entire world is at the crossroads. Shalom, Israel. It's your boy New Breed coming through with another live stream. And if you like that track right there, that song is called No Surrender, No Retreat. It's on my SoundCloud. So follow me at SoundCloud at I Am New Breed. And there's a lot of good music there on SoundCloud. Shout out to Rima Word Clothing before we dive in. The clothing that ministers. As you can see, I'm rocking the Hallelujah cap. Also, shout out to House of Dawid Jewelry, which I'll leave both links in the description box, because you know we all about supporting each other, supporting our own community, and really building among each other, especially when brothers are coming up with some powerful product. I'm talking about the clothes that minister, the gear that is just speaking to generations. It's Rima Word Clothing. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a phenomenal topic. I can feel a lot of positive energy right now just radiating right through the screen. I know that I got good people in here. I know that I got the chosen. I know that I got the righteous watching me right now. I can feel it. I'm feeding off the energy right now. Matter of fact, who we got up in here? Because I can feel y'all's energy, man. We got Spiritual Jordan up in here. We got Marilyn Bonilla. Yeah. We got Stella Backhouse, Brick House in here. Excuse me, pardon me. We got Millie 82. No doubt, man. Who else we got up in here? Oh, Marion Slaughter in the house. The real Derek Jackson in the house. We got AC up in this joint. Aaron Brooks, Detroit in the building. Yes, indeed, Detroit is in the building. Yeah, official. People from everywhere, all four corners to the world over. You know what it is. Yeah. Man, we got Cheryl Hines in here. Burry Russell was good. Ki Israel, Lucky One was good with y'all, man. I'm glad y'all catching another live stream, man. Tonight is a special night because we opening up the lines tonight. And I want you to notice off break, right? The title was going to be Surviving Organized Mobbing. But I thought I'd add more power to it. You know how we do. We redefine what we do as people.
and we overcome. We do more than just survive something. Because you could survive something and can't formulate a sentence. You could survive something and be barely breathing, but you made it. You just barely across the finish line. But I feel like as brothers and sisters who have faced persecution in this world have overcame a lot of these persecutions. And this particular topic is going to have layers to it, ladies and gentlemen, because when we talk about organized mobbing, we're not only talking about it on a federal level or a organization level, but we're speaking in regards to family, in regards to internet mobbing, in regards to workplace mobbing. We're talking about having to deal with people persecuting you for having a difference in beliefs. And when I look at what Christ was all about, how he ministered to the people, and when you look at the story of the one that people call Jesus Christ, of course, there's a lot of great debates about his name. You know, according to history, there were no J sounds before the 1700s. Before the 1700s, there were no J's. So his name had to start with a Y. That's would have been synonymous to a J. But that's beside the point. When you look at the gospel of Christ, his story, he had to deal with betrayal. He had to deal with people around him watching him. Christ himself had to deal with counterintelligence. Not only Christ, but all of the disciples. They were targeted, they were captured, they were persecuted. And often Christ tells us within the scriptures that they would hate you for my name's sake. He was preparing us for the day and age that we live in now, where there's betrayal all among us, where the love of many is waxing cold, where people can't be trusted. We're definitely living in that time. And we're going to definitely go into some verses, but we're going to go into some sources as well, because you know how we do on these Friday night topics, y'all. We go into the sources. I want to show you how prevalent gang stalking is in society right now, because you got a lot of people who believe this is conspiracy theories, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. You got a lot of people who believe that everything that we speaking about is conspiracy. So what we got to do as people is lay the facts on the table. And I'm going to really show you what has been done through organizations, and I'm going to show you the proof that organized mobbing is real, number one, and it's real on many levels. It's real on a spiritual level. The idea is to psychologically distort those who can see, but it's also real on a physical level. And although we don't give in and we don't fear, we are very cognitive and aware of what's going on around us as people. It's important. The Most High God tells us to be watchers. Although we're not fearful, although we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we don't fear no evil, but we're aware. We're socially aware. We're cognitive. We're alive. We can see what's going on. We know that the righteous are being targeted in this earth. We know that the righteous is the last voice of reason. The righteous is that little, I would say, annoying, agitating voice in the heads of the wicked. Those who want to live their lives a certain way, that voice of reason is bothering the wicked. Therefore, all of their anger, all their frustration is geared towards those who shine the light, those who bear the light. And it's a day-to-day struggle. So I find these particular topics necessary. I find it to be a healing process when we share some of the great travesties that we all have had in our lives. I think it's a healing process that comes with it. And I think it's important to build among each other. And for those who end up calling in, I definitely want you to talk about what you overcame. All right? Now, before we get started into some of the sources, give me one moment. Allow me to get things situated for a brief moment. I want to make sure that there's no noise in the background for you all. So just bear with me here. All right, let's get that straight right there. All right, all right, all right, all right. Now that we got that situated, we're gonna go into some sources, and we're gonna go into some verses. Now, for those who are calling in this evening, the call-in number is in the description box. Once the moderators give you the number in the chat, then it's time to call in. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to go through our scriptures. We're going to go through our sources. And once it's time to call in, I just ask that everybody be respectful this evening. Number one, everybody who calls in, make sure that what you have to say is a story of triumph. And don't just dwell on tragedy. All right, we all have been affected by what's been going on in the world. We've all been affected by our past. But tonight, we want to talk about overcoming, because there's a lot of people who speak on this topic and they don't speak on overcoming. And if you calling in right now, stop it. Stop calling in right now. We'll give the numbers. And if I see your number coming in while the lesson is going on, once it's time to call in, I'm not going to answer. So just be mindful, be respectful. Anyway, we're going to go through the verses first, and we're definitely going to go through some sources, because a lot of individuals believe that organized mobbing is a quote-unquote conspiracy theory. So we're going to break this down from a spiritual and a physical level. Number one, the Bible tells us there's nothing new under the sun. All right? The same way that brothers and sisters have been persecuted in neighborhoods, in their workplace, and online, is the same way the prophets of old were persecuted. Smear campaigns and everything. In fact, the smear campaigns back then, after you died, they totally rewrote history. They totally rewrote who you were, your identity and everything. They changed everything. When they did a smear campaign back then, it was times 1,000 to what you get now. Now you just get slanderous, sensational lies. So the reason why Christ constantly compares, they hated me, so they're going to hate you. They have hated me first. They persecute you. Anybody who follow me, you'll be persecuted. The reason why he constantly reminds us what he's been through is because it was preparation for us, those who follow the Messiah. All right? Now, let's go. First and foremost, let's start off in Matthew chapter 10, verse 36. And it reads, "A man's foes shall be of his own household." A man's foes will be of his own household. That means this system will create a climate to where the people that are your enemies are your own family, those who dwell among you. Now look how they conditioned this, ladies and gentlemen. You got shows like Power. You got shows like Greenleaf. You got shows like Empire. All these shows are designed to create enemies in your own house, on your own household. It creates a hostile environment of distrust. And look, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, although you may be wise enough to the point where the idiot box, the television, doesn't brainwash you, everybody can't say that. Most people are hypnotized by what they see in this Hollywood media. Totally brainwashed. They believe it's reality. They have a misconception of those that live among them. The distrust starts because the only thing they bring it in is this drama. Mother against father. Father against mother. Brother against sister. Sister against brother. Son against father. And if you notice, within our communities in particular, you get that the most. Those are the type of TV shows you get. You can't turn on a TV and get a wholesome program. There's no more George and Florida Evans. There's no more wholesome television programs where you can see the ideals of a family, of a powerful family, of a loving family. They purposely conditioned us this way. And, you know, it's become a reality. Just like Everything else the media have pushed using predictive programming, especially when it comes to viruses and pandemics and epidemics, what you're seeing is art imitating life. And this has been working for far too long, but not to divert from the original basis here. The Bible tells you that you'll be living in a time where enemies will be of your own household. Listen, back in those days, this is how you know it's prophetic. Back in those days, family, marriage was held to a very, very high regard. It was held to a high standard. So you know that when this scripture says this in Matthew chapter 10, verse 36, it's talking about right now, the times you living in now. So now you got a situation where you can't trust those around you. Divorces, separations, all for the almighty dollar, all for a cash reward. People are selling each other out for incentives. People are gossiping, backbiting. Nothing is sacred anymore within the households. This is how people become enemies in your own house, when nothing is sacred. Well, what goes on in your house is in the streets. Right. People are not taught these days to have some pride about themselves. See, when you're speaking negative about those you live with, it's a reflection of yourself that you introduce into the public. And that allows the public to come in and run amok. Therefore, you've become an enemy because you compromise those in that house. So it has to be a level of respect and honor. Now watch this. What does the Bible tell us to do? 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore, come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. The Bible is telling you to come from among them. You cannot dwell with people that you cannot trust. You cannot dwell with those who are a flight risk, who will compromise your very safety. Compromise your life with what? Words. Words is what's being used, ladies and gentlemen. When you think about days of old, when you think about how judgment was executed, if some of the same things were brought forth in those times, now, if the betrayal that happened these days back then happened right now, if the same rules applied, there'd be a lot of dead people being killed and judged for doing this. Just for doing this, ladies and gentlemen. Compromising families, compromising friends, loved ones, because they don't know how to put this mouth almighty under control. And people become enemies because of this. Now, it also says, come from among them, be ye separate. So anytime we talk about being loners, anytime we talk about being isolated, anytime we talk about rolling solo and dolo, the Most High God himself told us to come from among them, be ye separate. That's how he works with us. That's how he speaks to us. That's how we're able to incline our ear to sound knowledge that you will not get nowhere in this earth. See, we're constantly searching for the truth in the wrong places. We're constantly searching for people to have the answers. But if you isolate and spend that time separate and be separate and touch not the unclean thing, get away from things that are abominable according to the Most High. If you separate yourself, he can help you overcome those who are persecuting you. And we're going to explain how and why in this video. It's going to have layers to it. Now, we're going to Matthew chapter 5, verse 10, and it reads, Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Listen, if you're being slandered by your neighbor, by a so-called friend, a so-called colleague or associate, because you're not going out every weekend showing your ass, Because you're not going out smoking and drinking and getting high. Because you're not out here setting people up. Because you're not out here speaking negative about other people. Then bless it. The kingdom of heaven is coming for you. Because the Bible says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness. For righteousness. Because people got negativity to say because you're doing the right thing. Listen, you know you're doing the right thing when people can't even find nothing to say about you. So they begin making things up. You such on the right path, they can't even create something. So only thing they can do is speculate on your life. That's how you know you in the right direction. When people start slandering, I mean, all out blatant lies. And I want you to look at this society you live in right now. This society has conditioned us to accept so much sensationalism, lies, slander, innuendo, rumors, to the point where we believe nonsense, even if there's no logic or fact connected to it. Somebody can say something about somebody and people just believe it because somebody said it. That tells you how much the world has conditioned us. Listen, back in days of old, if we were following this word, listen, things would have to be witnesses involved. Don't think for a second that the court system didn't steal from the biblical system. It had to be witnesses. It had to be people there when altercations happen. It had to be facts put on the table. People had to have a real trial. The facts had to come out. It wasn't this free for all where everybody can run their mouth. And listen, you're living in a time now where the people are become weaponized. So a lot of the times when we talk about gang stalking, targeted individuals, when we speak of these programs, we don't realize that these programs don't matter in this day and age as much as they did back then. Why do I say that? Because they have officially weaponized people. They have made people agents. They have made people elected officials for the beast system. And we're going to get into all that, but we also going to go through the history of gang stalking, organized mobbing, targeted individuals, because a lot of people like to believe that this is conspiracy. Now, for those who are unaware of what I'm speaking on in regards to gang stalking and organized mobbing, let me make it plain as day for you. Organized mobbing is when a collective group of people target one individual. They can target that person for various reasons. One of the reasons is political differences, religious differences. A lot of the times it's a very spiritual thing because a lot of the times certain people, certain individuals that walk this earth, they have a certain sense of morality that the rest of the world just don't have. They have a certain sense of morality, and you're living in a world where morality is often skewed. People are confused to what's right and what's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. You're living in a time where the world is telling you something is wrong, blatantly wrong, is right. And since that's the case, and a lot of people believe that, when somebody is actually right, there's a magnifying glass on that person's life. What they do is watch very closely by those around them because they don't understand how they're not falling victim to the same devices that they have failed to. And so you got to understand, when you become your true self, the fear in others exalts. When you become your true self, let me repeat that. The fear in other people is exalted to a new level because now all their insecurities, they have to see it in the reflection of your eyes. They have to look in your eyes and see all their insecurities, all their shortcomings, all their uncertainties. You're a constant reminder of what they're doing wrong. And it just is what it is. And it's not saying that these people are perfect people, but I'm saying that these people are special. There are special people that's walking this earth. And a lot of people who gravitate towards my channel are these special people because they know what language I'm speaking. To the rest of the world, they don't even comprehend what I'm talking about right now. But we're going to get into some sources. First and foremost, let's go into a couple more scriptures. Matthew chapter 10, verse 37. I want y'all to listen carefully. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So if you love your mommy, your daddy, your son, your daughter, your cousin, your friend, if you love them more than the Most High God, you are not worthy of the Most High God. See, we're going to throw away all emotions and all feelings to the side, because the Bible just told you your enemies will be those close to you, especially in this day and age. So when we speak about separation and getting away from toxic people, people who try to dim your light, people who won't allow you to flourish, listen, we're talking about getting closer to God. So put all your emotions to the side when you're watching this video. Get all emotions out of the way. There are children that manipulate their parents, make their parents feel guilty for things they apologized for years ago. There are parents that manipulate children, who make children feel psychologically, oppressed. I mean, there are people who can't survive without certain family members because they have done a good job with master manipulating their children. So let's get it out of here that just because somebody is blood related, that means that they're your family. The Most High God made it clear in the Bible. And this is not thus saith New Breed. This is thus saith the Lord, the Most High. So you just can't trust everybody. All right? Watch this. Luke chapter 21, verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends. And some of you, they shall cause to be put to death. That's clear as day. Luke chapter 21, verse 16. I'm going to give that scripture to you one more time. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents, brethren, kinsfolk, friends. And some of them shall cause you to be put to death. Now I want you to listen to that word, cause. What does it mean by cause you to be put to death? That means they'll do something, whether inadvertently or inadvertently, that can cost you your life. Inadvertently or inadvertently. Meaning they can do it on purpose or by mistake. They can do something that costs you your life. They can call the wrong incentive line. They can put your business on the streets to the wrong person. They can talk about you behind your back to the wrong person. There's people getting lined up right now. This culture has designed an atmosphere where people are betraying one another, family, those close to you. And I'm going to show you exactly how the system is setting you up. It said it could cause you to be put to death. That's just like if someone takes a loved one. If someone takes a loved one to the hospital, right? And they're falsely diagnosed. And this is a hypothetical. And whatever these doctors diagnosed them with ends up killing that loved one. Right? Let's say there was a medication prescribed that had a side effect. And it just so happened to kill that loved one. Now, who is responsible? The family member who didn't have the knowledge to know how to naturally treat that family member, or is it the person who brought that family member into that situation? So when it says caused to be put to death, it could be by mistake or on purpose. Some serious times we living in. Now, let's go. We're going to James chapter 3, verse 17. Now, the reason I'm going here is because what we're speaking about, one may wonder, Where do you get solid information when you don't know who to trust? You know, that's a question that arose in my mind when I started to awaken, right? Where do I get information that I know is steering me in the right direction? When there's so many people around me with their own personal issues that can lead me to destruction. There's so many people full of envy, full of jealousy. So many people gossiping and backbiting. Where do I turn? You turn to the Most High. And I want to show you the information that He gives us from on high. I want you to hear how the Most High God speaks to us in the midst of all these persecutions. I'm going to James chapter 3, verse 17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Now, where on earth can you get that? You see why we don't put our trust in man? Where on earth can you get non-partiality, non-hypocrisy, no judgment, no hypocrisy? It's easy to digest. It's entreatable. It's tangible. It's logical. Only from the heavenly realm. And this is why you don't need others. You need yourself. You need the Most High. Now, of course, the Most High set up people in your life. But until you unplug from those who don't have your best interests in mind, you'll never find those people. You have to make a conscious decision to gravitate towards those people by getting rid of those wicked communications that you have. So when we talk about gang stalking, organized mobbing, you got to cut off all ties. You got to go through your Damascus road. You got to walk that lonely path for a minute. All right? And that's first and foremost. I'm setting the table here. Let's talk about it. Let's bring the facts to the table. We're talking about organized mobbing. And we're just getting warmed up here. We're talking about organized mob. A lot of people believe it's conspiracy. I'm going to tell you right now what started the organized mobbing, gang stalking program that we have today. All right? This program actually started, the one we have today, the things that's put in place right now, is actually started by the Patriot Act. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Patriot Act, what you have right now, what you're seeing right now in the current climate, everything from contact tracing and everything above, with illegal wiretaps, with surveillance, with everything you see right now, started with the Patriot Act. And I want y'all to listen to my source here. And this is a documentary on the Patriot Act. You're going to have some FBI constituents speaking. You're going to hear a lot of talks about the NSA, which I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers and sisters like myself, our program is most likely done by the NSA. A lot of us are dealing with a lot of difficulties, shadow banning. A lot of our channels are getting, targeted, and truth speakers at whole, a lot of them have to deal with the NSA. But anyway, I want y'all to listen carefully on what they had to say here about the Patriot Act.
You gonna do your...
Hold on one moment. I'm sorry, family. Something else is playing here. All right, one moment here. If you in this live stream and you gain an edification, make sure you mash the thumbs up, because this video right here is going to promote a lot of awareness. And by the time it's time to open up the lines, I want everybody in here who's going to be in here to be able to call in. All right?
Allowing us to achieve our...
I think the worst thing about the Patriot Act is the name.
Let's go.
risk to civil liberties. And we know that's a problem, and we know that we have to keep the confidence of the American
We're
people.
talking about
in
the
what we
Patriot
do.
Act.
And
To
we
show
try to do that.
we want to show everyone that gang stalking is not a conspiracy theory.
Still allowing us to achieve our mission, which is to protect the American people.
Listen carefully.
The controversy over counterterrorism and civil liberties began to take shape just 6 weeks after 9/11, when President Bush signed the Patriot Act.
It will help law enforcement to identify, to dismantle, to disrupt, and to punish terrorists before they strike.
I think the worst thing about the Patriot Act is the name. Patriot has this Orwellian ring to it. If you actually sat down and read the bill, it is hundreds of pages of modifications and amendments to existing intelligence laws. It is really evolutionary, not revolutionary.
Now, mind you, the Patriot Act is H.R. 3162. Now, you know they tried to make the H.R. 6666, but the Patriot Act came under H.R. 3162. Now, first and foremost, y'all got to know that these Masons, they deal with high levels of numerology, number one. Number two, they didn't have to actually roll out the H.R. 6666. That was actually a bill that was introduced to Senate and Congress, but it never passed. Reason being is because the H.R. 3162 already had everything they needed to do everything that they're doing right now. That's how bad the Patriot Act manipulated our civil liberties when it comes to illegal spying, when it comes to organized mobbing, when it comes to gang stalking. This is being done on the general public, and you're going to find that out as you listen to this particular documentary. It's being done on the general public. There's no conspiracy about that. There's facts. You can actually look up this document. It's hundreds of pages of manipulated garbage that is actually law. It's actually law. So it's no conspiracy. It's fact. Number one. Let's lay the facts on the table. Let's get it.
Patriot Act made it easier for government agencies to share information and adapted old eavesdropping rules to the era of modern technology.
So this is pretty much evolutionary in our growth as people. Because now the ordinary citizen can be traced and tracked utilizing modern day technology, i.e. cell phones. Simple things. Listen carefully.
But there were parts of the act that, to some Americans, aroused deep suspicion. In Connecticut, in 2005, 3 librarians and a computer systems manager decided to resist one of the most controversial provisions of the Patriot Act, one that expanded the power of the FBI.
I don't want another terrorist attack just as much as the next person. But I also firmly believe that we have to use our Constitution and the checks and balances that it provides.
What do the American people want us to do? Don't the American people want us to run down every piece of information that suggests there might be a threat against the American people? That's what we were doing, and we were doing it in the most narrowly tailored way that we could possibly do it.
The Connecticut library fight was about something called a national security letter. It is an investigative tool created back in the 1970s that enables the FBI to demand certain kinds of records without any court order.
So without any court order under the Patriot Act, according to the New Haven field office, the FBI, their reach has been expanded to the point where they can request personal documentation without court order. Meaning, whatever you watch, whatever you're doing, whatever you got going on online, however you spend your money, it all can be requested by the FBI at will. Okay? That's what the Patriot Act did, and that was one of the biggest issues that a lot of people have with the Patriot Act, because there's no due process. You understand? And as a citizen, you have the right to privacy, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, it's just as simple as that. You have the right to your privacy. And if you look at the world that you're living in right now, under this current climate, it's practically no privacy, because the ultimate form of privacy is how you spend your money. That is the ultimate form of privacy. When everything now is fiat, cash, and digital balances, and Bitcoin and digital money, and spending money using cards, you literally have no privacy whatsoever. And then you got all these coin shortages and all of these things. It seems that incrementally the system is weighing in on everybody's privacy. But people who can see this beforehand, those foreseers, those people who shake things up and rattle the people to wake people up, better believe that the FBI already had eyes on these individuals who was blowing the trumpet. Anybody to stop the gradual flow of things that they got lined up for us, those people can become a target. And notice it said back in the 70s, right around the time where COINTELPRO was being released. I mean, this is just the real deal. It's just facts. Try to listen a little bit longer to this one.
The Patriot Act broadened the standards for using national security letters, or NSLs, to any investigation the FBI believes is relevant to terrorism.
National security letters are the most basic tool that agents need in order to conduct an investigation. So if, for example, we have information that Johnny may have some connection to Al-Qaeda.
Now, see, you see how that changes the game? Because the internet bridges us all together. Everybody's connected with this internet. So if one person is connected to one person, that's connected to one person, that's connected to one person, that the Patriot Act deems as a quote-unquote terrorist, then guess what? They have legal rights to watch that person who's connected to whoever. The whole internet is connected to each other, ladies and gentlemen. So that opens up the floodgates for anybody to be targeted, a regular citizen.
There's certain things we want to know about Johnny, and we want to know him fairly quickly. We want to know who he's in communication with. So if we've got a telephone number, we want to get phone records. If we've got his email address, we want to know who he's in email contact with.
The issue is they can use these national security letters to demand information about anyone as long as they certify to.
Now you hear that? Anyone, everyone.
Themselves, again, with no court oversight.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as people, as brothers and sisters who believe in truth and morality, stop thinking that you are less important than what you are. Stop thinking that it's not organizations that's sitting there looking at those who compromise their immorality. Stop thinking that. Because people like Christ in the Bible, only thing they were doing was teaching, talking, edifying. The disciples that were connected with him, oh, better believe that the Romans had their eyes on these gentlemen. All they were doing was teaching the word of God. So don't think for a second that if you're living a God-fearing life, that there aren't individuals who sit around and plot. And I'm talking about on every level, not just a governmental level. There are spiritual invaders that are plotting. Because look, the more you grow in the spiritual realm, the more these witches and warlocks and sorcerers, they're getting antsy. And there are people who do witchcraft on you. You ain't got to believe it. But there's people right now sitting behind closed doors praying on your downfall. And they praying to Allah, God, Satan. They praying to everybody. They praying to Buddha. They praying to every God in the world that you die, that you fall, that you fail. That's going on around you. So this is on every level. On a governmental level. It's going on a spiritual level, on a physical level, those in your inner circle. So everything that you're learning from this live stream, apply it to your life as a whole. Listen here.
The records are related to an ongoing terrorism investigation.
All the records are related. Everybody on the internet is connected and related. That's what it's all about. What you think 5G was about? You had these people telling you that 5G was made to scramble your brain like cheese eggs. You had people telling you it was designed to destroy you. Although if you live near one of these towers, it can be damaging on a molecular level, but these towers were put in place to bridge everybody together in a more tight-knit circumference. The age of monitoring individual, the literal surveillance state. Now everybody got a phone in the palm of their hand, and the FBI is able to watch everything you do and say. It just is what it is. So when we talk about gang stalking, we got to bring it to the next level. You got a lot of brothers online, when they speak about it, these same brothers are running down the street following people with cell phones. Their cell phone is the biggest gang stalker that they have. Picture that. You chasing people down the street talking about, hey, look, this is a gang stalker right there. That gang stalker watching me. You see that red car right there? That's a gang stalker. Oh, let me record this person because they watching me. Your phone is watching you. The Patriot Act. Surveillance state. 5G. So listen, this is how we know that this battle is spiritual. This is how we know that this is a spiritual battle. That we battle not against flesh and blood, but we battle against principalities and wickedness in high places. These demons can't just come and do anything to you. They can watch all day. When they watch the righteous all day, only thing they looking for is for you to slip up. Only thing they're waiting for is for you to be doing something that they can use against you. That's why God's chosen people are held to a higher standard than the rest of the world. We can't just do what everybody else do. When we act out, when we go outside and draw outside the lines, we are punished twice as hard, ladies and gentlemen. We are punished twice as hard for our trespasses. And it's because we are chosen. It's because we are the people. And the enemy will use any opportunity to give us smear campaigns, to oppress us, to lock us up, to throw us in chains if we make one slip up. One slip up. So it's important to be with the Most High. And if we do slip up, pray for his forgiveness, his protection. This is more spiritual than you can ever imagine. We're gonna listen to this one for a little bit more, and then it's another one I want y'all to hear.
In legal terms, that standard is as low as it could possibly be. What it means, in effect, is that the FBI can use these national security letters to demand records about anyone.
In 2000, before the Patriot Act, the FBI made about 8,500 requests for information using NSLs.
Wow, they made that year, in the year 2000, they made 8,500 NSL requests for information on certain individuals. That's a lot of people. No due process, didn't need a court order. They just went out and boom. We're gonna put the scope on 8,500 people right underneath, without releasing anything to the public. This is what we're gonna do.
By 2005, the number had grown to approximately 47,000. One of those requests was made here at this building in Windsor, Connecticut. In July 2005, 2 FBI agents delivered an NSL to the office of a non-profit organization called Library Connection.
I will be in the day after Christmas.
The small staff here manages a computer system that is shared by 27 libraries in the greater Hartford area. The NSL asked Library Connection to tell the FBI who had used a computer with a particular internet address during a 45-minute period back in February.
And this is when they really began tracing IP addresses.
Some 5 months earlier. It said the information was relevant to an investigation to protect against terrorism or foreign spies.
There were 2 FBI agents. They had the letter. They had me read it. It's a one-page letter. It's pretty easy to read, and it makes it quite obvious that not only are they requesting information, but that I was bound by a gag order.
So here you have it. The facts are on the table. So now we know that people are being surveilled, the general public, all right? I hope that nips that in the bud for all those brothers and sisters who think, when brothers talk about gang stalking, organized mobbing, people being under surveillance and things of that nature, that it's some kind of conspiracy when it's documentation to state that this goes on against the general public. Now, a lot of people don't understand the reasons. Now, if you do want to add a theory to it, that's the part that you can say is a theory on our behalf, that we believe as believers in Christ, that the theory is that because righteous people are a threat to this infrastructure, this satanic beast system, then that's the people being watched and surveilled. All right? That will be the theory. And it's more than a theory to me, because I read the Bible and I understand that there's nothing new under the sun, that the prophets of old was watched, that counterintelligence is nothing new, that they were captured, that they were targeted, you know? But anyway, we're going to go to another source here about FBI's COINTELPRO, because it gets a little bit deeper. Pretty soon we're going to open up the lines, all right? We just getting warmed up. Y'all getting a good stream tonight. I took a little break, and now it's time to build. Now I want y'all to listen to this particular source here, and I'm going to TRT World, and it's exposing counterintelligence programs and some of the darkest FBI secrets. And they're not secret anymore. It's common knowledge. Try to listen here.
King, there's only one thing left for you to do. You know what it is. This is an anonymous letter sent by the FBI to Martin Luther King, urging him to commit suicide. He was one of the primary targets for the FBI's illegal surveillance program in the 60s called COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program which targeted many civil rights groups, such as the Black Panthers and the American Indian Movement, and activists like Stokely Carmichael and Malcolm X for more than a decade. The purpose was to, quote, expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, and otherwise neutralize.
Now I hope y'all can hear that over the music, but it says COINTELPRO's purpose was to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize. See, these are the tactics that these gang stalkers use. So individuals around you who are out here slandering your name, talking about you, they're agents. You don't need COINTELPRO from the 60s for people to do that in this day and age, and a lot of y'all can relate to what I'm saying. You don't need COINTELPRO to expose, to disrupt, to misdirect people, for people to try to discredit who you are, and otherwise they're trying to neutralize you, right? You don't need COINTELPRO. People in your neighborhood to do that, especially if you're doing something right. So when we speak about this, this is layers to it. They done created a system where those around you are doing their job. Those around you are doing the job of COINTELPRO. And they got agents. They had people infiltrate Malcolm X's security team. I'm talking about it was people back then who were hired to go eat with that person, pray with that person, wake up in the morning and help that person get prepared. I mean, it was people that was put right there in place. That's the same thing you got right now. People right near you.
The possible threats against the existing order. The program was exposed in 1971 when a group of activists stole documents from an FBI office on the night of the Muhammad Ali-Joe Frazier fight and leaked them to the press. Today, COINTELPRO is something people recall from the past as the darkest FBI program exposed so far.
COINTELPRO was a monster. COINTELPRO was a monster, man. No doubt about that. Some would say that the conspiracy of COINTELPRO is so deep that it still goes on to this day. That some of these people that you watch online are COINTELPRO. And you know what? I'm subject to believe that to a degree. But I also know that a lot of people, they are doing a damn good job without an organization to terrorize and destroy our people and keep our people distracted. and keep our people downtrodden. There's so many people out there that I'm keen to believe that you don't need COINTELPRO. Anybody who's lived in the black community for a certain amount of time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't need no agents. I don't see people with wires. I see people with blunts in their mouth doing the same damn thing the people with the wires were doing, if not worse. And that's just how I see it, you know. But we're gonna get into it. We got a couple more verses to read, and we're gonna open the lines up. Oh, it's one more thing that I want y'all to hear, another source that I want y'all to hear, because I want to quantify everything that I'm saying, how they created this environment now. It almost seems like the government had all these tactics and they were planning to use terrorism. Y'all remember when 9/11 happened? It was all about who is a terrorist. A lot of the shootings that happened, a lot of false flag events that took place, a lot of people, a lot of different religious sectors were deemed as terrorist groups. And I feel like the mass majority, the general public, just didn't believe the whole terrorist narrative. And so they had to go to something else, right? They had to use something else. Hey, it's almost like these satanic Luciferians have different scripts already written. If one thing don't work, we're going to chip away at the public with something else. If this don't work, we're going to try that. Hey, let's roll out this. Hey, that didn't work, roll out that. And I'm not saying what they rolled out. Just look at the current climate you're living in. Put two and two together. Now, I want you to listen here to The Agenda with Steve Palkin. He's a YouTuber. He has a decent show. And I want you to listen to this show he had about, it's called, Will COVID-19 Create a Nation of Snitches? That's what the topic is called. Will COVID-19 create a nation of snitches? And he's going to have two people on the show. One pro, no snitching. One, hey, they all for snitching. And I want you to listen to some of the points that they're going to make on this show. And I'm going to share my commentary. And it really quantifies what we're living in right now. Because what we don't know, well, a lot of us don't know. If you're unaware, let me allow you to know what's going on. In Canada, the incentive line for social distancing has become very prevalent in Canada right now, which I truly believe that it's going to be rolled out within the States as well. But right now in Canada, there's a lot of incentives being put out there for people who want to call in and basically snitch. You know, if you see people having a barbecue, you flipping the blinds up, you make a phone call, you get a little check, you get some people quarantined, locked up. I mean, whatever's going to happen, because they alerting authorities nowadays. So I don't even know what happens, you know. But I want you to listen up to this source here.
And the other problem that I have with the idea...
And
one moment.
Kids playing in the park, neighbors chatting across the driveway, friends meeting for a coffee, ordinary activities about which we normally don't think twice. Not anymore. Now prohibited in order to stop the spread of a global pandemic. Such actions could actually prompt a call to one of the so-called snitch lines that many jurisdictions have introduced. If you see something suspicious, should you call? Well, we've got two perspectives tonight. First, we're joined from her home in Calgary, Alberta by Jen Gerson. She's a freelance journalist and co-host of the Oppo podcast on Canada Land, and she recently argued on the pages of Maclean's magazine that you should not snitch. Let's find out why. Jen, how are you managing?
No, I'm doing just fine.
I'm with her on that.
Glad to hear it. A week ago, you published your piece in Maclean's magazine with the title, "Don't Let Coronavirus Turn Us into a Nation of Snitches." What provoked you to write that?
I saw the snitch lines coming up right across the country, and to be honest, I found them to be quite disturbing. And there are a couple of reasons for that. And one is, the historical antecedent for snitch lines is pretty dark. These things are widely used in very repressive, very authoritarian regimes as a means of social control.
Now you hear that? She just eloquently put that. They're widely used, and basically regimes that's hell-bent on controlling society, and it's just straight up detrimental. I love the way she worded that, because that's what it's about, to just totally create a atmosphere of tyranny and social change by force.
And there are a couple of reasons for that. And one is, the historical antecedent for snitch lines is pretty dark. These things are widely used in very repressive, very authoritarian regimes as a means of social control. And my concern about them is that in a time of crisis, trying to force compliance upon a population by making neighbors and friends distrust one another is exactly the opposite tactic we actually need.
By making neighbors and friends distrust each other is exactly what we don't need. Now, what does the scripture say? Luke chapter 21 verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents, brethren, kinsfolk, friends, and some of you shall cause to be put to death. Cause to be put to death. If we're not living in the days that the Bible said, if this Bible is not constant confirmation of the times we living in, what else is? So you can go to all these spiritual esoteric believers all you want to and hear them lie and hear them talk about how we're from another galaxy and how we're about to be reborn and how planet Nubaru is coming and how the third eye and then your chakras. How about this? We know what's going on in society, what's prevalent, what's relevant, what's scriptural, what's revelation. You understand? Let's leave all the new age garbage where it's at. We want concrete facts in this day and age. All right.
So, my column isn't categorical about this, but it cautions you to really think hard about why you're snitching and whether or not the thing you're trying to report is more important than the relationships you have with the people around you.
Now, is it more important to call an incentive line than have the relationships around you be in good standings? Now, think about this. I'm going to answer that for you. Not in a world of narcissists. Not when everybody is narcissistic. See, isn't this the definition of narcissism? When you're more worried about your personal health than the welfare of others. That is literally narcissism. And this society have conditioned everybody to be selfish energies to the point where they're going to compromise. Believe it or not, you're living in those times where people are compromising their friendships, their family, their loved ones for incentives. And Mayor de Blasio, he put it out like, hey, this line, you can gain an incentive. So although this is going widespread in Canada, it's also happening in major cities as well, all right? So it's coming. It's coming to the States. The winter time is coming. Are you around people you can trust? Tell me, who do you trust right now? Who do you trust? When somebody can call and say, hey, look, hey, they just pulled up in a car and it was like 5 people in that car. I don't know. I know that ain't the protocol. They ain't social distancing. You never know who's watching. They everywhere.
Well, this term has come up, COVIDiots. Do you see too many COVIDiots in your daily activities?
No, truth be told, the vast majority of people I see in my daily activities are complying with social distancing. I mean, I'm in Calgary, so we don't, we don't have the same density issues that, say, downtown Toronto might have. It's not to say I haven't seen people screw up, but, truth be told, I think 90% of the population is doing the best they can. And the other problem that I have with the idea of COVIDiots, it's not to say that there aren't COVIDiots.
I believe that too. Most people are doing the best they can under the circumstances. Now, I want you to hear briefly. I love all her points. She was absolutely on point. Now, I want you to hear briefly the person they had on the show that is pro-snitching. All right? I want you to hear this.
Particularly apt, according to our next guest, who sees the merit in snitch lines. Melanie Thomas is an associate professor of political science at the University of Calgary, and she joins us now from the Stampede City. And as soon as those words came out of my mouth, I realized there's not going to be a stampede this year, so maybe I can't call you the Stampede City. Anyway, Melanie, it's good to see you again. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Last week, you published a piece in which you wondered why some folks, this was your line, some folks today simply don't want to comply with COVID-19 rules and why we have to make them. Let's start with the first part. Who are the people in your judgment who just don't want to comply right now?
So, by way of caveat, the research that we're pulling on is decades old, and it's a revision on how people typically used to think about how human behavior was. So, if you looked at previously at, particularly at behavioral economics several decades ago, the assumption was that everybody was a rat.
Why is it that everybody who studies political science always talking in circles? I don't understand what kind of garbage that they teaching these people in these schools. Everybody who studies political science, I don't even know how politics and science can mix, number one. Number two, these people be they just be some wigged out, bugged out type of people, man.
Self-interested, short-term thinking actor where they would just maximize what was best for them in the moment. And then research came along and confirmed that actually most people aren't that, in fact. Most people are, if you give them a good argument
I wish I could see the host face. He looking like, I asked you a simple question. It's a very simple question he just asked. Why are you pro snitching? Just listen.
Clear and open communication, you can get them to act in a kind of collective good. And so I think
now y'all remember on my last live stream that's on YouTube, I spoke about how these Satanists like to destroy the simplicity of the truth. How they like to destroy simplicity and cause confusion using a Hegelian dialectica. That's exactly what this person is doing.
Good news piece that I'd like to take out of the work that we were drawing on is that most people are actually not, in fact, these short-term self-interested thinkers, but there still is a good sizable majority of folks who aren't going to follow along with, say, public health rules in a pandemic unless they can be convinced that it's really good for them as individuals in the right now. And that's the group that we were in.
So to make a long story short, people can't understand the dangers that's around them. People are not intelligent enough to understand what's abroad. That's basically what this person is saying. People just don't know no better. That's the stance this person is taking.
Initially focused on when we wrote these.
Well, let's just share some of the numbers that you came up with here. This is the breakdown of population of, let's call it social temperaments here. 4 groups. Willing participants. 65% of us, apparently. That's pretty self-explanatory. We are willingly going along with what our governments are recommending. Then there's a group called rational egoists.
Wow. 20% of us. Listen carefully, y'all. So 65% of us are willing participants, right? 25% is what they're calling, 20% is what they call rational egoists. So they believe that people who don't believe nonsense, things that don't make sense, people who are living their life in the vein of logic, spirituality, truth, what's real, what's fake, what the word of God says. We're called rational egoists. We believe it's our own ego because we don't know no damn better. We're not intelligent enough to know. So it's our ego and our rationality. Now, how do they demonize rationality? You see how they operate? They'll demonize being rational in your thought process. That's why I said critical thinking is dead. When you see people walking the streets afraid of something that cannot be proven, rationality have been thrown out the damn window. We are in the matrix. The matrix is here right now. The select few can hear and see.
Which you clock in at 20%, and they are the ones that only care about their own self-interest to the exclusion of everyone else. Then there are 2 other groups. They're called the altruists at 7.5% and the punishers at 7.5%. And I guess it's these latter 2 groups who make up 15% of the population that we need more information about.
So people who study political science a lot of the times look at people like science experiments. These people are so detached I don't even consider these people who think this way, they're not humans to me. People who think of people as numbers and percentages and as science experiences and guinea pigs, man, these people are not human. They lack human abilities. These people are not human. These are the demons. See, everybody around you ain't no damn human. Stop thinking that. Let's put on our spiritual eyes. There's certain people that's put out here on this earth to solely do Satan's work. They're reptilians. They don't sleep the same. They don't eat the same. They don't walk the same. A lot of them are distorted. Their spirit and soul is gone. The same thing that's in our eyes ain't in their eyes. They're demons. Straight up. But anyway, I wanted to bring the relevance of gang stalking in this society. How they actually made people weaponized. How now they don't have to focus and hone in on organizations. Now everybody's telling, everybody's loose lip, everybody's a certain way, and they're directing all their energy to those 20%. It may be, honestly, this was like 2 months ago, this particular stream. Right now, it's probably about 10% of us who they consider to be egoists. Rational egoists is what they call us. It's probably about 10% of us right now walking among the dead. So now you know how important it is to gravitate to the living, gravitate towards one another, right? Now that's why we opening up the lines tonight, because we've all been through certain situations in this walk. We've all have experienced the persecutions for being that 10%. We've all been talked about just for doing what is normal in our God's eyes. We've been looked at as being abnormal, to the point where we believe that we're weird. We believe that we have personal issues. We wonder often why we can't just fit in with everybody else, and why I'm always excluded, why I'm never invited to the social functions, why everybody think I'm a damn killjoy because I'm not participating in all this nonsense that people are speaking. Why is it that I can see the light at the end of the tunnel and I know that God is real and everybody else is just in their own minds and their own thought processes, right? That's why we have these particular forums where we can open up the lines and you can feel like you with family for a second because we like-minded. So anybody who calls in tonight, I want you to be like-minded. All the moderators in the building, go ahead and share the call-in number, and we're going to take some calls. Somebody said they too mean, blunt, and straightforward. Hey, Christ was the same way. Christ told it like it was. No sugarcoating. And we take a lot of his attributes. His whole story was made for us. For those who don't see the number up, I don't know if my moderators are still hanging in there right now, but the number is in the description box. Okay? So if you would like to call in and share what you've been through, the persecutions you faced, but not only what you've been through, I want to know what you overcame. I want to hear your testimony to how the Most High pulled you out of certain situations where you were being mobbed by those around you. Shalom, you on the line.
Hi, New Breed. This is Crystal.
Shalom, Crystal. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Nice to meet you too. I have a topic I want to talk about the neighborhood stalking thing.
Okay.
I have children, these little demons, who constantly come at our door.
They're children.
I'm sorry?
Hey, I'm going to need people, I'm sorry, not to interrupt you, but if you're calling while somebody's on the line, I'm going to need you to wait until the line is up. Unfortunately, I don't have a line set for that. So if somebody is on call, please refrain from calling till the call is over. I'm sorry, sis, go ahead. Now, you said you have children that are watching. Are these children, well, how old are these children?
I have to say anywhere from age 7 to like 13 maybe, like a group of kids. They come and throw rocks at our, doors and windows. We came to them about it several times.
Wow.
It doesn't work. They throw rocks, scream and yell. I'm like, what is going on? I said, it has to be a spiritual thing. I said, these kids are demonically possessed by demons. They're like, it's not normal for them to keep, doing this,
Absolutely. Where are their parents?
Spoken to the parents.
Okay.
Yeah, I spoke to the parents. It still didn't do it. It didn't help. They still continue to do it. So
Okay.
it's like.
Have you tried calling the police? Because there's a time for everything. Have you tried filing a police report?
I thought about it. I did record these kids on my phone because you have to have evidence first. So it's like I have the evidence, but I need like multiple videos so I can call the police and show them.
Absolutely.
See who to look for in neighborhoods. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want it to be misconstrued. When we talk about quote unquote snitching, we're talking about people betraying family members in a narcissistic fashion in order to get an incentive or to protect their own health, so to speak. Now, when it's a situation like yours, you can try filing a police report unless the parents are in some type of fraternal order, Masons. That's the only time, usually, nothing is done about it. But if you have straight up proof and evidence, I would absolutely get a police report and get a paper trail behind that. No doubt about that.
I agree.
And sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You may not want to do that, but you got to do what you got to do, at least attempt to. A lot of the times, if it's organized mobbing and gang stalking and things of that nature, you'll find out that nothing will be done once you file a police report. So
It's not just the children.
Right. Okay, what's going on with the adults? What's going on with the adults?
It's not just the children. It's that the maintenance man watching me. You got, it's like every time you pull up at my house, people just suddenly just come out the house, act like they're doing something.
Right.
It's like, it's weird. It's like everybody come out the house at the same time. It's like, you watch them every move. Like, how come every time I pull up at the house, somebody come out the door? Or,
yeah, what you're experiencing is called street theater. I want you to understand how spiritual this is, what's happening with you. Also, in this time, and you got to understand how spiritual it is, not to backtrack. You got to pray against these spirits, against these people. Also, do you have family? Do you have like family near you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Do you have people that you can go to if it's an emergency, or people who you have brothers and uncles and cousins or a husband, things of that nature?
I do have family, but it's getting to that point where you can't even trust family members.
Right. No.
They really don't look out for each other. Everybody's against each other. They kind of like act like they're there for you, but really don't want to. They really don't want to see me succeed. It's like they talk a good game, but deep down, I really don't feel that they want to see me grow. It's like it's just all talk. It's like I can't communicate with anybody without somebody going back telling them what I said about my plans or what I want to do. It's like I feel like being against. I'm not being invited to anywhere. I kind of like just distance myself from everybody. It's like it's not family. Like you said before, family is just not family anymore. It's like because my dad, he's a Christian. He's into that Christian stuff, and I've seen him throw up the double sign up. I'm thinking to myself, he's particularly a Mason.
Right.
It's like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I don't know if I can trust him over there.
No, I see exactly what you're going through. And you know what? Your story is really relating to a lot of people. And you like, what you're saying right now, I really want to have you in my prayers. And I want you to call in on a prayer line on Sunday, 12 o'clock Eastern time, anytime you got time, because I feel deep down within my spirit that there's a lot of prayer that needs to be done. There's probably some things going on generational with, people in your family and things of that nature. And never underestimate the power of prayer. Never underestimate
Oh, yeah.
that. And if you want to call in a prayer line, once the stream is over, go to my community board and you can call in 12 o'clock Eastern time on Sundays, and you can have some of the brothers pray for you, because there's a lot of power when men are praying for our sisters and praying for people. And you could just put in your prayer request. I really recommend that for you.
Thank you so much. And I have another thing I want to talk about.
All right, it gotta be kind of quick though, because we got a lot of calls coming in. But go ahead, you got a few more minutes.
Okay, I do experience sleep paralysis a lot too. I feel like somebody's attacking me when I'm asleep, physically, actually, you know. I feel like a weird tickling sensation on my neck, on my back, on my forehead, and I can't move. It's like, I feel like pressure. It's like I'm being like attacked spiritually, you know, by demons. You know, it's been happening, you know, for a long period of time. So I believe it's a generational thing, because I think my dad gets sleep paralysis too as well. So I don't know, whatever.
Well, the sleep paralysis is a incubus spirit. For a male, it will be a succubus spirit. What it is it's a demon. And I'm not saying that to alarm you or make you fearful in any way. But you got to understand that you have more power over the demons than they have over us. But you have to know that.
Right.
And when you pray and when you come in authority, Christ has all the ability to get rid of that spirit that's riding you. It's something, there's a generational curse in your family that you have been privileged and honored to break, because you can see the veil is being lifted on you, and these satanic powers don't want to let you go easily. So it's important to really build with people who are like-minded for you right now. I know that the people around you are, you know, you really can't trust, but it's a time in your life where I think you should really gravitate towards individuals who are like-minded and have that support system. Prayer is going to go a long way in this. Also, before you go to sleep at night, be careful of what you do. Don't go to sleep upset. Make sure your spirit is right. Listen to something positive. Read your scriptures. Pray before you go to sleep. You understand? Like, don't go to sleep on your anger. Don't go to sleep stressed out. Whatever happened that day, you need to resolve it before you lay down. And be careful what you watch on TV while you're going to sleep. Meaning, if it's a horror movie on your TV, if it's something with a lot of symbolism on your TV. You know, some people like willfully sleep with their TVs on a lot. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that, because you don't know what kind of commercial, you don't know what can open up that portal. The spiritual realm is very real. I look forward to praying for you, and hopefully you'll call in the prayer line and get prayer from the brothers. But I'm gonna let another call in. Hopefully this call helped you out in your walk, though.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Shalom. Thank you, sis.
Shalom.
All right. We got a call from Indiana. One moment. Shalom, you're on the line.
Hi, I was just calling about, I just keep having crazy dreams. Ever since I stopped smoking marijuana, I've been having crazy dreams.
Well, I can give you the same advice I gave the last sister that called. When it comes to dreams, you know, that's the same thing as sleep paralysis. And what I mean by that is, whatever you bringing in your spirit that day, whatever you do before you lay down, before you lay your head to sleep, you need to just watch and evaluate what's going on around you, what type of energy you bringing in, all right? And prayer, the power of prayer, that's what we pushing today. You know, hopefully that'll help you out with the dreams. The same thing that I spoke to with the sister. But I'm gonna go to the next call, sis. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
God bless.
Bless you.
Bye.
Texas in the house. Shalom. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Shalom, brother. Good to meet you.
Likewise.
All right. You on the line, brother?
Nah. You said that again, please?
I said you on the line, brother. What's going on?
Yes. Well, I go through the gang stalking thing as many of us do. Right now, I wouldn't necessarily say it's family, but it's a lot of neighborhood activity. I don't look the, well, I wouldn't say I look the part. I'm just a black man in America, and I have many run-ins with the police. One recently where it was a fight, and the police got there within 1 minute, and usually police take 25 minutes there, up to 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But being game stalked, I had to understand the situation, understand that, like you said early in the video, they're waiting for you to mess up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they took advantage of that situation, which was basically under control to a certain extent until the police they just slammed me on the ground, broke my head, and scarred me up and all that. Yet at the same time, I had to understand that, there's certain situations that arise with us that we really need to pray on. We really need to go to sleep with a good heart and kind of just, I wouldn't say walk with your head down. I don't believe in looking at the ground while you're walking, but walk with a sense of pride, knowing that you have a special spirit inside of you that is unlike other people's. It's unlike the worldly spirits of this world. So really just coming together, man. I appreciate all your videos. They really help out tremendously with everything that I go through, and others as well. So
man, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That was well spoken, man, like a true king, brother. And I'm gonna say this too. You brought up the fact that those police got there in a matter of minutes, because you know why? They know who you are. You know who they are. They watching you, watching them, bro. And they waiting for you to slip up. Just like so many other brothers that's going through that. And I know a lot of brothers can relate to that, especially within their communities. They just waiting for you to slip up. It can be done on, just the sheriff's department, on that miniature level. It's a lot of brothers, they think that this whole mobbing thing is something that's just this governmental plot and ploy, when really, man, it can be your local law enforcement, man. People who you seen you grow up. I mean, they done watched you grow up and everything in some neighborhoods. Watched you as a kid and just waiting for you to turn 18. So you know what that means. Since God's people, the Most High's kings, are targeted and hit twice as hard, you got to clean your act up all the way up, bro. And I'm saying that to you because I know where you at, and I've been there. Listen, anybody that you gotta fight, that you gotta, put in a place, get the hell away from them now. You understand, my brother? Get away from them now. While you got the time, before it ends up in your detriment, walk your walk and get everybody who's toxic out of your environment, because they're gonna drag you down, man, at the end of the day. But
because I've also go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother. You got it.
Yeah, I've also noticed, like, when you go into the sheriff's department, for instance, I drove by there because I was wondering about all these cars, these crazy license plates, and crazy, just dark tint, super souped up LED lights, blinding you. And so I drove by the sheriff's department where I'm from, and the cars that I noticed, like, oh, I've seen that car many times. I've seen this car many times. They're sitting there in the parking lot of the police department.
Right.
And I called and I reached out to them and, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't know. They're not ever going to understand what we're talking about. So we really got to be on the forefront of coming together and really just uniting and not showing no type of fear, no type of, not being naive to the situation that's going on. So.
Absolutely, brother. Keep on watching. Keep on moving forward, brother. Thank you for your call. I'm going to go into the next caller.
Sir.
Thank you, family. Have a good evening.
All right, you too, King.
Shalom, peace, King. All right, we got...
Hello?
Yeah, shalom, brother. How you doing? Think I lost him.
Hello?
Yeah, shalom. I'm sorry. It was a lot of calls coming in at one time. How you doing?
Hey, shalom, brother. How you doing?
Doing well. Good to meet you. How are you?
I was on the game stalking.
conversation on that note.
Okay.
I feel like more likely with lurkers when I see on my social media and stuff. I deal with more of lurkers, people who just want to look. They don't react to nothing. They don't comment to nothing. That's just strange to me.
People who are doing what? I'm hearing a little bit of interference in what you're saying. Can you make sure? It sounds muffled a little bit. Could you repeat what you just said?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Like I was saying, like, gang stalking, then you have, when you're on your social media, and you be sharing your knowledge and your wisdom and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have people commenting or reacting. You got a lot of lurkers.
Right.
And I'd be like, why are you just lurking? Like, you know me. I met you in elementary school. You sent me a request for last week. You know what I'm saying? What was the request for?
Oh,
you want
yeah.
to speak to me? You want to see how I'm doing? Or you just want to lurk?
Well, what are you what are you posting? Is what you posting, is it socially aware?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's like me. A little socially aware, you know.
Like, it just depends. It depends what you posting. It depends what you posting.
Like, you still got people saying, oh, when coronavirus goes off, like, when the world go back to normal, like, y'all think stuff go back to normal? Yeah. Like,
True that.
are we on the same planet?
Oh yeah. See, people a lot of times don't want to react to what the rest of the world is not reacting to. A lot of people are just followers. You know, at the end of the day, if it's not deemed politically correct, then people are not going to willfully, publicly support it. Just because people follow everybody else. What everybody else is doing, that's what most people are doing.
And I deal with getting caught seriously, like a conspiracy. Because I do up my own stuff, like, you know, I'm paying attention, I'm researching. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't take everything I hear and run with it, but, you know, if it makes sense or, you know, connecting dots here and there, I'm aware of it. People are always conspiracy. I'm like,
Right.
how
Okay.
can y'all think that?
Okay, understood. But I got to go to the next call, though. We got a lot of calls coming in. Thank you for your call, though. Appreciate you. All right. New Jersey. Shalom.
Shalom. What's up, man?
Oh, this
doing, New Breed?
Who this Nevada? You in Nevada or New Jersey?
Yeah, I'm in New Jersey.
Okay, Shalom. How you doing, family?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, make sure you turn it down in the background. Turn the stream down.
Okay, I got you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
How you doing, New Breed? I just called in, you know, trying to share some positive vibes.
All right. That's what's
There's
up.
a lot going on right now in the world, and I'm gonna just get straight to the point.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a rapper.
Okay.
I used to go by the name of Todd Horseplay, you know, but long story short, the Most High, he knows where I'm at spiritually.
Right.
And I tried to do some things. I tried to get me and my peoples, you know what I mean? I tried to get us in a situation where we can all be prosperous and not be, I mean, of course there were certain people that wanted to sign deals and stuff like that, but for the most part, my company was independent. Whoever wanted to go independent, you know, that's the route we were going.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, things didn't work out the way I planned. And the Most High, he spanked me for it.
Right.
He didn't spank me for it because of my intentions. He spanked me for it because I went about it the wrong way. I was putting out poison. Because I had a strategy. I've seen what was going on in the market.
Right.
Everybody in the market, they're doing this gangster shit and all types of different things. And,
right.
You know, different types of music. So I'm trying to keep up with the music that's out. I got selections of artists. I mean, I had real creative artists, people that really, really, you know what I'm saying, really, really had messages in their own version. But long story short, this game will pull you in and suck you out. And luckily, because of the message that I was putting out, you know what I'm saying, the Most High, he spanked me because I know better.
Absolutely.
Even though I tried to use that as a gateway to come in with the positive. Sometimes you gotta, well, my mentality then was sometimes you gotta come in with, you gotta get in the door first.
Right.
But then I realized, you know, that door that you go in, it's no coming out of that fucking door.
Yeah,
So
you know what?
that-
It also.
You know, and I seen that ahead of time, you know, but Most High, he spanked me and I had to deal with the issues that I had to deal with, and I'm okay with that.
No
you know
doubt.
what I mean? Like, the people around me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't even blame them because I understand that they don't understand a lot of things that I understand.
Right.
So, you know.
Well, hey, listen, brother, all praises to the Most High that you know, you got out of that industry and you walk in the right direction. You understand?
But I want to say one more thing, though. I want to say one more thing.
Okay,
it's
what it is?
Very, very spiritual. When you're a child of the Most High, it's very, very spiritual. Like you'll think that you bugging. You'll think that you bugging, but it's just the Most High trying to show you certain things, and some people going to get it, and some people not going to get it.
Real talk, brother. Thank you for that, brother. Have a good evening, bro. I gotta go to the next call. Thanks for that call, bro.
Shalom and peace.
Shalom.
Love you, bro.
All right, fam. Love. Peace. Shalom, you on the line.
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's good with you, fam?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Before you start speaking, for those who are just joining the chat and those who are calling in on the line, what we talking about is overcoming organized mobbing. All right, that's the topic for the evening. And when I say organized mobbing, I'm talking about you had to go against a hive, a group. You had to go against individuals because of your political, social, or religious beliefs and how you came out on top after being persecuted by those people. If you don't have a story in regards to how you overcame these situations, please refrain from calling. So this line is for selective people because what we want to do is empower individuals who've been through things. All right? That's what the topic is. So please stick to the script, ladies and gentlemen. All right, my brother, what's going on?
I just wanted to say what's up, but all right, since you said, because I barely joined the live, I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Well, look, but definitely hit me up on email or something, or to that nature, or I'll leave my Instagram in the description box. We actually speaking on a topic this evening. All right, brother.
It's all good.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right, shalom.
Yeah.
If you in this live stream and you gaining edification, y'all make sure y'all mash the thumbs up button. If y'all want to continue with the call-ins, hit the thumbs up button. Allow the video to fluctuate, y'all. Shalom, you on the line? Oh, just lost him. Shalom, you on the line?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
You know what? So basically everything that you just said, I really wanted to touch on because at the end of the day, it's like I've been like that all my life. It's like I always had friends, but God always pulled me away. You know, I always been in jail. You know what I'm saying, to sit down and then I get out and just see a different path. And it's like now, like you said, it's basically like family, friends, everybody that I done been around. It's just like move, like it's out the way now.
The Most High moving you to a certain direction. Now,
yeah, like a certain direction for it. I feel like I'm one of the chosen ones, like honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he always showed me the sign before I see him. And then it's like when I see him, I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So what happened in your life to bring you away from everybody? What dragged you out of the group, man? What dragged you away from people? What was the series of events that took place?
Yeah, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, when you see certain stuff and then you move a certain way, like I said, it's like you know where to go from there. Like I always, take for instance, how social media and all this stuff, they got people blinded by, like, say for instance, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, like they just got people blinded by stuff that's going on that people don't even paying attention to.
Hey, bro, I'm actually glad you brought that up because I was actually thinking about that earlier. It's crazy how much distractions that they throw out on people. Think about this, my brother. Let me put this.
With people watching social media always on Instagram, Facebook, and all type of other stuff, and watching fake prostitutes and stuff like that, they're not really comprehending and seeing what's really going on.
Right. Now, with the let's even use the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing as an example, right? Put this in a perspective. There's people getting shot all over Atlanta, DC, Chicago, everywhere, right? Massive rounds are being let off. People are getting hit with bullets. People get shot every day, B. You hear what I'm saying? And the whole world is talking about this girl getting shot in her feet and her toes. We don't know what the hell happened. You understand? But the whole world is distracted towards a bullet hitting Megan Thee Stallion's toe when people are committing genocide in the communities right now. So that shows you how much they're trying to distract and deter us from what's really going on. And that's why we having these conversations. Because listen, brother, on the outside, you got people who are trying to engage us and plot to pin us against each other when we supposed to be coming together more than ever right now and building with each other and help heal with each other. We still distracted while bullets are flying, while brothers is killing brothers, while sisters is hating on sisters, while people bickering, arguing, and going back and forth. And it's the same narrative over and over, that we just keep falling for the distractions. But guess what, brother? You can see. And that's why the rest of the world don't understand what you're going through and why. And this is why you've been pulled apart. That's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing. Don't take it for granted, bro, that you can see. A lot of people coming to the truth.
Like, I watch a lot of people. Like, I watch damn near everybody on YouTube. So it's like when I see certain stuff, and then it's like you can really point out that certain things that they doing wrong or they're saying wrong. They're trying to give you false prophet. They're telling some truth into lies. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like I said, like, okay, getting to the point in the book of Revelation, God said all this will be going on once he's on the way back. So you got to be advised of the fake prophecies and everything that's going on.
Absolutely. No doubt about that, brother. Hey, make sure you call in the prayer line too, man. We need mighty men who can see, man. Who willing to call in and share their testimonies and request their prayers. And we need men who ready to pray for the people. Because you can see now. So now we going full-fledged. All the brothers that call in, make sure y'all participate in the prayer line and, you know, really put your faith and really put your spirit out there to pray for the people. Because we got to unite, man. We got to make sure that we building as men and we really praying for our people. But thank you, brother. Bless you that you can see, family. I got to go to the next call. I want to take a few more calls. Shalom. Missouri.
Shalom.
Shalom, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, brother Newbury? How you doing?
I'm doing well, fam. I'm glad to meet you.
All right, now this brother Ezekiel from One Nation, One Power. I want to say shalom to the family. Let's get straight to the meat right now.
Absolutely.
Basically, with this gang stalking, what it is, it's spiritual. So the way that you beat this gang stalking is praying, okay? And another thing that you do, you have to be in your scripture daily, every day.
Facts.
You can't take no time off.
Facts.
Okay, so it's kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of stopping, but I'll keep going. But basically, you know, you gotta pray, family, and you gotta take this chastisement. You gotta be happy because what these people are doing, they know that you have something. They know that Christ dwells in you. That you in the scriptures. This is very spiritual. All the prophets had to go through it.
So you
Facts.
have to take this as excitement that you're doing something right.
What?
Like the brother said, that when they look at you, they're looking at themselves like, man, you know, I'm going off. You know, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai, or whatever name that you call him, he and the Most High, he's using you to show the people, you know, that you have the light, which is Christ that dwells in you. So they see that, family. So you gotta be happy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be happy in the situation of people gang stalking.
Absolutely. Actually, the Bible tells us to count it all joy when we persecuted for Christ's name's sake, for righteousness' sake. And that's dope what you did. Hey, that's just dope, man. That's straight fiber right there, brother. No doubt about that. And listen.
Another thing, I don't want to cut you off.
You got it.
I appreciate you answering the call because, you know, a lot of people, they wasn't trying to get into the meat of things. You know, with me, and I'm sure with a lot of brothers and sisters that's on here, you have these secret combinations. That means your Freemasons, your Knights of Columbus, you know, the 6-point star, any secret combination that got a bumper sticker on the back of their car. You see them. They following. They know who you are. So, you know, like I said, what you have to do is, I'm not the one to be recording and doing all that. Rebuke them in Yahweh Shai's name right there.
Absolutely.
And it happens to me every time. I rebuke them and they go off. So, you know, like I said, brothers and sisters, it's spiritual. We have to get out of the flesh. Everything that is happening is spiritual.
Brother, that's exactly what it is. And see, what you just said is empowering. And that's, listen, in Christ, he gave his disciples the power to tread over serpents, scorpions, demons, and everything else under the sun. All these people are people who are possessed by spirits. And you got all power and dominion over them. Listen, the reason why they're watching you is because they're afraid. They're watching you out of fear. So with that being said, utilize what you have in you, the God-given right to destroy them, and destroy them. I'm telling you, there's been times that I've said prayers and I know that people who was plotting, strategizing, they were just immediately, were destroyed. Man, you got the power, ladies and gentlemen. We empowered individuals. That's why the topic of this evening is overcoming organized mobbing. Overcoming, standing strong, being empowered. Just a real deal right here. They not going to listen.
That's right.
We empowered now, man. There ain't no stopping us, man. The Most High's people are waking up all over the world. Brother, you brung the fire. You brung the fire, brother.
I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to let someone else get on because I'm sure you got a lot of people hitting your line. And just like you said, brother, we have the authority. So don't be walking around with your head down. Walk, proud, but stay humble with it. But you have to know and understand when your neighbors out here creating street theater, every time you walk out the door and they looking, they know who you are. So be proud in the Most High and Yahweh Shai, okay? Because at the end of the day, they want you all depressed. They want you down. Man, walk out with your head up, give them a wave and keep it moving. And ultimately, praying. Praying is the most powerful weapon we have. And I appreciate you answering the phone, Dupree. I appreciate it.
No doubt, brother. Hey, make sure you shoot me an email, brother, after this is over, man. We got a bill, bro. Facts, man. Thanks for bringing the real, bro. Shalom, family.
Shalom. Love you all.
All right, peace. All right, we got Georgia on the line. Shalom. You right here in Georgia.
Shalom.
What's good,
What's up, brother?
How you doing, family?
Yeah, good, family. It's actually, the Lord don't fail. I was actually praying that you would answer my phone call, and yours comes through. You know what I'm saying? It's His will. You know what I'm saying, brother? He's that powerful.
No doubt, brother.
And basically, brother, what I'm trying to talk to you about is the topic, is overcoming these demons. Man, when you're the chosen one, brother, I'm going to tell you, you got people out here really trying to destroy you. But I'm going to tell you, the more you repent against all that you do wrong, the more you stay righteous. Man, like you told me, man, I learned this off one of your videos long ago. And it said, the wrath of the Lord will come to those who try to destroy you. But you must be humble at all times. You know what I'm saying? You must keep your head up and let them do what they do. And just know, pray for the blessed, bless your enemies. And you'll see God do wonders, man. It's crazy out here, bro. This ain't even no joke, man. These demons are actually out here trying to take your soul.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to say I appreciate you, brother, for real.
Hey, I appreciate you
And
too,
God bless
family.
you.
Hey, man, I'm glad to hear somebody local too, man. Make sure you shoot me an email too, brother. We can build later as well, man. We can get you on the prayer line as well, because we need all the brothers.
I followed you on Instagram.
Okay.
I sent you I just recently followed you. I sent you a DM. It's Camacho777. Just remember that. Man.
Okay. All right, sounds good, brother.
Man,
All
thank you. I appreciate you for real, brother.
For real, brother. Thank you. Shalom, family.
Shalom. God bless everybody, man. Repent. Jesus is coming.
All right, no doubt. Peace. Man, y'all, we having a powerful live stream. Y'all mash that thumbs up, man, if you in here gaining power and edification. And you know that you getting the power to tread over these demons and these gang stalkers and these demons in meat suits. Man, come on now. Show it. We can do this every Friday, but y'all gotta support these type of videos. We got another call from Jersey. What's good?
Hello.
Shalom, how you doing? Hey, make sure you turn it down in the background. I can hear the echo.
Okay, am I good now?
Yep.
Hello.
Yes, you're good. You care. They tried to bump the stream out. Yeah, you're good. You're on live.
Okay, hi. I'm actually calling because I am a victim of gang stalking. It's happening to me right now. And
Okay.
I'm like kind of a baby in Jesus, so I'm just like getting back to the word. But I believe it's my family that's doing, I'm finding like dead animals around my house. Like there's a lot of craziness going on. Like they've been plotting on me since my birth. And I feel like I just don't really know like what to do as far as exposing them. I don't know if I should expose them or just pretend like I don't know what's going on so they can expose themselves.
Well, what is happening?
It's just like a lot of stalking. As far as like the dead animals outside of my house, I don't know what that
Hold on,
but it's like a lot of craziness.
A lot of dead animals in front of your house? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I've been finding a lot of dead animals around my house. I just recently went and got one of those cameras so I can see exactly what's going on when I'm not here.
Okay, so because it could be, the reason I asked you what happened, because it could be a fox, it could be a rabid dog killing animals, it could be a lot of things. So when we talking about organized mobbing, it has to be people actually organizing something against you, and you got to have some visual proof to what's going on, and be able to piece it together and have the reason why.
But they know I don't. They torment me on social media all the time. They use it as a way to torment me. I know a lot of my sisters and their husbands are Masons. One of them is the Eastern Star.
Okay,
so
now
it's done back
we getting somewhere.
I know it's for a fact.
Okay, now we getting somewhere. Okay, so it's a lot of Masons in your family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the same rules apply. What we've been talking about is empowering ourselves through this. So the power of prayer. I mean, I don't care how deep into the occult or witchcraft or secret society somebody is in, they don't stand no chance against the Most High God. You understand? They don't stand a chance. So I know that you're new to the word. My advice is what the last brother just said. You got to get in the word now. Now you got to study. Now you got to get under people who are teaching the word. Even if it's just watching videos of people who are breaking down the Bible. If it's, meditating on the word, learning the scriptures. You got to get in the word because listen, whether you can't go backwards now. It's already happening. You're already waking up to what these people are doing around you. So now, hey, you got to go full fledged with it. I know you just learning, but now it's time to hit the ground running and
Yeah,
really
that's
get
what I'm
into.
doing. I do have someone that's working with me. You know, I really got me his deed, and like rewriting the scriptures, and someone is working with me. I'm watching a lot of videos, so it's helping a lot. I make sure I listen to it like while I'm sleeping.
Okay, that's good. That's a good start right there. Just know that there's safety and wise counsel. All right. When we see, the whole idea is for us to gravitate towards one another, and we're gonna work out. We're gonna be working out. Let me just announce this. We're gonna work out some meet and greets here in Georgia. We're gonna start. I need to start building with you, brothers and sisters firsthand, and we're gonna be working that out soon. Like where we can actually, people can meet each other who are going through the same situation, so people can actually formulate friendships, relationships, so on and so forth. Brothers and sisters from everywhere can build with like-minded people, and we're gonna do it before that narrow time closes, because the time running out. You know, while they're dividing and conquering, we need to be figuring out how the righteous gonna come together.
Right.
But that's what it's gonna be in the future. But in the meantime, in between time, keep on doing what you're doing, and just know the power of the Most High, and that you know it is safety and godly counsel and people around you, so who are good. So try to gravitate towards those individuals. But I like to thank you for your call, and I gotta take another call.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Have a good one. All right, we got Indiana in the house. What's going on? Shalom, you on the line. New York. Oh man, these calls are coming in quick. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, Backyard New Breed.
What's good with you, brother? What's good?
Hey, man, it's a very blessed and a beautiful night, man. Shabbat shalom, family. How you been doing?
Doing well, brother. Can't complain at all, man. The Most High is blessing me.
Yes, indeed, he is, man. I just want to say, man, Most High bless you, man. Thank you for having this, first and foremost, man, this channel, man, and you got this call line, man, letting people have this outlet, man, to just, you know, help others, man, who may be going through the organized mobbing, the gang stalking, you know what I'm saying, being the targeted individual, you know what I'm saying, helping us be able to, you know, voice what's been going on and, you know, how we have overcame, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these trying situations, you know
Absolutely.
what I mean? It's a blessing, man.
It definitely
being
is.
a blessing to the nation, man. All praises to the Most High.
All praises, man. Thank you for that, brother. And you know what? And that's what it's about, man. We got to come together and display courage in front of these demons to see that, look, hey, not only are we surviving what they have plotted and strategized, but look, we live in to tell about it. We live in to tell that, look, we didn't figure it out. That the only way out of this is our God. We done figured out that keeping the commandments and praying to our God is the only way, the only thing that's keeping them from crossing over in our territory and chaos ensuing. We know that the spiritual realm is real. And now that we have that awakening, man, we unstoppable as people. And here's the thing, they're terrified. The so-called powers that be, they are absolutely petrified of this awakening, that brothers are actually coming together and congregating the way we are. And listen, while we got our foot on their neck, let's keep it there. Let's keep on serving our God, man. But do you have anything you would like to share regarding your testimony in this walk? Anything?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Absolutely. Share.
Yes,
Go
indeed.
ahead and share.
You're absolutely right, family. You know, and I just want to share because, you know, like when I first started going through the gang stalking and all of that, I had no idea what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be honest, man. Like, I thought that, you know, I've never been, you know, I've always done right to people. I've always looked out for people. I've always been, you know, people, ever since I was a child, people have always told me that, you know, all praises to the Most High, that I had an anointing on me and that I was different. You know, my mom got 5 kids and I'm the youngest, and everybody has always told me that I'm so much different from my brothers. I'm so much different from the other members of my family. And, you know, when I started going through the organized mobbing, man, I had no idea what was going on. I won't lie. I've never been a scary person. Like, I've never been afraid of anything but the Most High. But when I started going through my trials and tribulations of being gang stalked, man, let me tell you something. I had no idea. I'm like, Father, what is going on? Like, I had no idea what was going on, you know, from being followed, from walking out my house, seeing people holding cell phones and recording me, you know what I'm saying? What was it, noise campaigns, people threatening my life, noise campaigns, people actually have tried to take my life twice, you know what I mean? But I know the Most High was using all of this to strengthen me and to build me and to show me that this is how afraid of us as his chosen people are. And as you already know, all of us are his chosen people, and then he has chosen out of the chosen people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you are one of the people who helped me understand what being a gang stalker, what being gang stalked actually was, because at first I had no idea what was going on, and I won't lie, I was kind of scared. Like, I've never been a scary person, but when I was going through my gang stalking situation, being threatened, my life being threatened, being followed on the freeway, being followed in stores, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, one day, I mean, we've already had a conversation before. Me and you got connected through Brother Yakanan, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so
yes.
I really want to talk to you and let you hear my initial spiritual awakening that brought me to who I truly am. Like, the Most High woke me up and showed me who I truly am. But you are one of the people who helped me understand what being a targeted individual was. And once I started understanding it more, you know, the Most High started waking me up even more to who we truly are as the chosen people. I started getting deeper into my word, and I started figuring out that, you know, we have power over these demons. These are nothing but demons and witches and sorcerers and Satan's minions. Everybody is walking in Satan's army, right? And we have power over these people. So once I started realizing that, you know, there was even people who would come over my house. I found out that there was people who's been close to me my whole entire life, who are witches, who are demons, who are working for Satan, and they've been trying to lead me astray my whole entire life from the true calling that the Most High has placed upon me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
From some of my brothers, my own mom, my cousins, some of my friends who used to come around. And, you know, when I first started getting gang stalked real hard, these people used to come over to my house and they used to gang up, and it used to be so much negative energy. Like, I could feel it. Like, you know how they say Spider-Man got a spider sense?
Yep.
Spider-Man be like, my spider sense is tingling.
Yeah.
When I tell you, my body was so sensitive to the negative energy that was around me, it was just crazy. And I won't lie, for a minute, they used to gang up on me and, like, pile up at my house because I got my own crib, but I let my brother move in with me. I let my mom move in with me. So now that's my brother's friends coming over, my mom's friends coming over. All of these people outside of my own comfort zone and circle coming over to my place. And, you know, I'm a very, you know, humble, welcoming person. So, you know, my door is open to friends and family. But some of these people, I could tell they were witches, they were demons in the flesh, witches in the flesh, as you would say, demons wearing meat suits, you know what I mean? That's what a lot of these people were. But once I started, the Most High started waking me up, leading me and directing me to brothers like yourself who were mighty, who have gone through the same thing, you know what I mean? Once the Most High started leading me in that direction, showing me who I was, and I got deeper in my word, and I started being able to quote these scriptures and speak life into the situation, man, let me tell you something. These people used to get up and walk out of my house. Like, they were no longer able to come into my home and feel comfortable around me and my place. Once these people came over, and my body, the sensitive receptors will go off of my body, and I would feel this negative energy walking to the door. I would instantly start praying. I would start quoting scriptures. I would start praying in my mind, and no sooner than these people be walking in my door, my bad.
Oh, you good? You got it.
No sooner than these people will be walking in my door, they will be walking right out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I just want to say this to say, you know, all of the people out there who are targeted and who are gang stalked, once you realize that, just like New Breed has been saying, just like a lot of the people who just called in have been saying, once you realize that we have power to tread over all snakes, all scorpions, and over all power of the enemy, we have power over Satan and anything evil that is below him. We have power over all of that. And once we realize that, and we have 100% faith in the Most High and in the power that he gave us as his chosen people, these people will not feel comfortable around you. It's to the point where when I go somewhere, I'll hear people tell me that they're hot, like almost like they can feel the fire of hell burning them as I'm in their presence. Like they be like, "Oh, I'm hot. Oh, I'm hot." Even my own mom. I'm at my crib. I come in the house. The AC will be on. I mean, my air conditioner is like central air. Once you cut the air conditioner on in my house, the whole house is cold. I walk in my house, my mom instantly, "Oh, I'm hot. I'm hot. I gotta cut the AC on." Man, when I tell you, the spirit realm is so real, and the Most High has woken me up and showed me that, and not only just me, all of us. You know, it's just a blessing, man, that, you know, we can realize the power that we have. All praises to the Most High, man, and we can reach out and on outlets like this, like this platform such as yours, and, you know, help our people who may not understand as much as we understand and may not have the knowledge of the power that we have and why we are gang stalkers. Just like you said, they are terrified of us.
Terrified.
They are afraid of us, family.
Petrified to the point where, you know, the scriptures tell us light can't fellowship with darkness, and darkness can't fellowship with light. So, I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about, even to the point where that spirit gets so strong on you when you under the shadow of the Most High. I mean, people won't even eat certain things around you. They don't even have to know. They don't even have to know what resounds in you. But if you get around them, they lose control. They just look at you a certain way, and they can't do certain things around you. Even to the degree that I've had that affect myself personally. I mean, the spirit, when it resounds, man. I mean, everything from people walking down the street, whispering, making certain noises coming out, like they're having defects. That's how strong the spirit of the Most High is so strong on us that these people have defects, y'all. They literally malfunction. Gang stalkers be malfunctioning around the Most High's people. They're terrified. They'll go do something. Man, let me tell you, I had one. I was recording a video in a park not too long ago. You know how, I record videos in the park. I had one just watching. I know what he was. I mean, I know what he was. I mean, this guy malfunctioned to the point where he's just walking, trying to walk near the camera. This dude is looking like playing with the fence. I'm talking about he's just literally just looking at the fence, playing with it. I mean, to the point I'm looking and I'm like, hey, I see you, man. God bless you. And I said it. Dude ain't know what to say, man. Because that power, it resounded in him. He was just like, he just got stuck. He's standing there holding on to the fence, don't know what to say. Spirit got a malfunction. He was whoever tasked him with the duty of watching me, yeah, you picked the wrong person. It ain't no person, ain't no flesh and blood gonna stop what's going on in this spiritual realm. It just ain't gonna happen.
That's real.
And that's why when we maneuver, we not fearful. Like, that's the thing. You'll see a lot of these brothers speaking about gang stalking in such a way where it's leaving people in a sense of disparity. The confidence has been rattled. That's what a gang stalker's motive is to do, make you believe they have more power than they do. So even when you're watching people talk about gang stalking, if they're not giving you a spiritual resolve, then they're part of the program. Because listen,
that's right.
We have the power over them. Their whole idea is to make you feel weak, make you feel oppressed, make you feel uncertain, make you question your own sanity. No, we know it's real. The Bible says we battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities. And that's exactly what it is. And we have power over it. Man, I love building with brothers and sisters, man, that they know what's going on. And brother, you got it, brother. You know what's going on. Hey, we got to build some more too, man. I don't want to take up too much of the line, but man, hey, give us some more. Give us some more of that fiber, brother. You got it.
Yes, indeed, family. Hey, man, all praises to the Most High, and you are absolutely right. And one thing, I realized too, like, if these wicked people have to take time out of their day, they're taking time out of their busy day to gang stalk us, to follow us, to watch us. That right there is the Most High touching you and showing you this is how powerful you are. You are so powerful that Satan has to send demons to watch you. You are so powerful, and Satan is so afraid of us. All praises to the Most High. He is so afraid of us that he has to send demons to watch us. He got to send witches to watch us. So the Most High allows this to happen to us, not for us to be fearful, but for us to realize how powerful we really are. You know what I mean? We are so powerful that they have to keep an eye on us. They got to watch us. And then once we realize the power that we have, they can't even look us in our eye. They can't even they're not comfortable in our environment or around us. You know what I mean? Like just like the last brother was saying, once you realize the power that you have, you got to walk with your head high and know that these people are just nothing but demons and just the low. They're at the low of the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have no power when it comes to us. We have the power, and they're showing us the power that we have by taking their time out to stalk us, to harass us, and all of that. And I'm gonna be 100. Ever since I realized what's going on, and I've been strong in this word and strong, man, I don't even see these gang stalkers like that no more. Here and there I see them, but no sooner than I see them, they just like you said, they malfunction. They don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like swerving in traffic, and you know what I'm saying? Like having fake conversations on the phone. You know what I mean? Just like you were saying, they malfunction and they do not know how to take you. They don't know. They're confused. They get confused, they get confounded, and they don't know what to do no more. You know what I'm saying? They're just lost. They're already lost souls, because we know, they're walking up that broad path that leads to damnation. So now it's like all they got left to do is try to harass the Most High chosen people, but that's what you don't do. You know what I mean? And that's what people need to realize. See, people think that, Satan, we're supposed to be scared of the devil. We're supposed to be scared of demons. No. Let me tell you something. The Most High is who you're supposed to be scared of. These angels are who you're supposed to be scared of, because they are the ones that the Most High is sent to do the killing. The Most High is the one that put people to death. The Most High sends his angels out here to put people to death. You feel me? Just like you said, we got power over serpents and scorpions and over all power of the enemy. So if we have power over Satan himself, how terrifying and how scary and how powerful are angels. How terrifying and how scary and how powerful is the Most High himself. And with us being his children, how they are terrified and scared of us.
And look, even the Bible says we will
live in this wicked society. They're doing everything they can to try to make us feel like we are weak. Just like you said, they try to make you feel like you're weak, you don't have no power. But that just shows us even more the power that we do have. How hard they try to come at us to try to be mean and belittle us. That should reverse inside of in our minds and let us know, like, wow, I'm that powerful that they have to come at me this hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a blessing, man. You a blessing, New Breed.
Man, thank you, brother.
You know what I mean? And
all praises to the Most High.
I'm just saying like this. I look forward to seeing you in the kingdom. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure we'll see each other before the kingdom, but I look forward to seeing you in the kingdom. I look forward to seeing all of our people who are standing firm in this truth right now with no fear. No fear of the enemy. We have no fear of the enemy, no fear of this flesh dying off, you know what I mean? Because we understand we're going to live forever. We're going to live for all eternity. You know what I mean? And we're going to receive immortal bodies, and we're going to rise up and receive immortal bodies, and we're going to come back and rule over our oppressors and destroy them too, as we know. The Most High going to use his children, his hands on all of these wicked nations who have been oppressing us for all of these years. You know what I mean? So, we good, man. We good, and we got to keep uplifting our people who may not know what's going on too,
Absolutely, man. All glory to the Father, brother. Hey, I'm pretty sure me and you gonna be talking real soon. If we plugged in through Yucca, you already know how we do. We gonna have some conference calls.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a lot of big things coming. We gonna get some gatherings going, man.
We brothers. We've been plugged in.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, spiritually, we've been plugged in.
It's a blessing that, you allow people to call in like this right now, man, and just give this. You got so many followers, and I'm pretty sure it's people who they don't know what's going on with this gang talking. So, man, thank you so much, man, for allowing us to come in, my brother, and share our experiences, a part of it, and share how we have overcame, and to help other people be strengthened and empowered and know that we got each other.
Absolutely.
We may be miles apart in the physical realm, but as we know, the spirit realm is realer than the physical realm. So we could be miles apart in the physical realm, but in the spirit realm, we all standing side by side, swinging them spiritual swords with that godly armor on, side by side. You know what I mean? So you're a blessing, my brother. You're a major blessing to the nation, man, and to this movement of Jacob rising up and taking back what's been ours. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You too, brother. Thank you for this call, brother. Powerful testimony, and you just empowered a lot of brothers, man. And we definitely gonna be building, man. All praises to the God of Israel. Thank you, family.
You're very welcome, my brother. Thank you too, man. You have a blessed night, man. All praise to the Most High, Kwam Yasharallah, and Shabbat Shalom to you and all the brothers and sisters that's on the line right now.
No doubt. Shalom, shalom. Peace, love, family. Peace. Later.
Peace and love, family.
No doubt about that. That's what it's all about. That's the cause that we want. If you've been through this and you're willing to empower, that's the cause we want right now. We're going to take 2 more calls. If you've been through this and you ready to empower, then that's what you need to do. Call on up in. All right, we got North Carolina on the line. Shalom. All right, that went out. California's on the line. Shalom. You're live.
Shalom, family.
Hey, Shalom. What's going on, brother?
What up, bro? So, my number, I'm from Fayetteville. I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, okay, okay.
My mom, well, it's crazy. So, like, my mom, I just found out, like, my mom, she used to saw my dad here in Mason. So it's like,
I can't really hear you, brother. Make sure, hold on. Make sure you projecting and we can hear you loud and clear, and make sure that it's turned down in the background. All right?
All right, you can hear me?
Yeah, that's better, way better. All right, what's good?
All right. Yeah, that's it. So, my dad here in Mason and my mom here at East Australia, so it's like, through my life, like, I don't know, I done dealt with some shit, and they both in the military, so I done dealt with, like, you know, some crazy stuff. I done had cars follow me when I'm, like, with girls, like, I try to go to the park, you feel me? I got trucks, like, pulling up, they got these fake lights, like, I don't know, like, not cop lights, but they, like, strobe lights, you feel me? They don't ever, I be doing the dash, like, cause I mean, I like driving, so I can drive past them, but they be, like, trying to get behind me. One tried to pull over, like, tried to get me to pull over on the side of the road, shit like that. I ain't never did it, but it's like, I don't know, like, everything I done said in this little thing, you feel me? I done really felt that shit, you feel me? Cause it's like,
well, look, let me ask you this. Hold on, first off, hold on, listen, brother. First off, you try to keep the language down because this is family oriented right here, what we doing here. Number two, brother,
I apologize.
Let me ask you this. Now, have you been catching this whole live stream?
Yes, family.
All right, so we know that the gang stalking program is a reality. There's no doubt about that. We went through the facts. We know a lot of us who called this line went through it. So what I want you to do is watch the playback of this live, and everything that was taught about empowering ourselves, I want you to apply that to your life. You understand? Apply it all, everything that was said about empowering and the prayer, the fasting, the supplication, the going to the Most High. Apply it all, brother, because that's what's going to help you get through it. Right now on this line, what we're doing right now is trying to empower those who are going through it. And I understand where you at because you're just going through it. And you still trying to understand what's going on. But understand it. You're going through it. What that means is you got to go full-fledged in the truth. Now that you can see the matrix, you can see it right before your eyes. You know what's going on around you. Now you know the only way you can turn to is the Most High. Only way you can turn to is the truth. Only thing you can turn to is prayer. You understand? Apply that to your life. And I check this out. We have another call in, which we most likely will next week, the week after, or a month after. When you call in, your whole tone gonna be different because you're gonna understand the power you got over these demons. So that's where we at with it, brother. I like to thank you for calling in though, but watch this playback, apply it to your life, my brother. But we're gonna take one more call.
Thank you.
Thank you, family. Shalom. All right, we taking one more call in. If you got the words to empower those who've been targeted, you went through it, you've overcame, speak your piece. California is the last call on the line. Shalom.
Hey, yeah, this New Breed?
This is New Breed.
New Breed, man, listen, I'm glad I got through. I would just like to say, and I'm going to keep this real short and sweet. I appreciate all the work you've been doing, man. I listen and I watch a lot of your videos, and man, thank you very much for your messages, and I'm really taking them in and appreciating them and learning so much from them. But I would just like to say, man, I was deaf, dumb, and blind for a long time in life, man. By my own family, they kept me this way, bro. They knew there was something special about me. I didn't know it at the time, and, you know, I overcame alcoholism. My uncles used to keep me, you know, involved in drinking and, you know, doing the wrong things, man, just clouding my mind and, you know, not being able to think and breathe and learn. And once I got away from that environment, man, I knew and I could see, and I started to understand things a lot better. And I knew it was my family that was holding me back. They knew it was something special in me. And as soon as I got away from that, man, and I started to wake up and see things for what they really were, man, I tell you, man, my life is a lot better. The family members, my so-called family members that's supposed to be on my side and got my back and supposed to love me, they're not there, man.
Yep.
They're not there. And I would just like to say, man, I'm glad that God came into my life, took my addictions away. I'm waking up, man. I'm a lot happier. I'm eating better. I'm feeling better, man. I'm away from that toxic family. But they kept me down for a long time. And I'm just so happy, man, that I got away from that situation. And watching your show, man, I'm telling you, I'm learning so much. And I appreciate the work you're doing. And God bless you and keep it going, man.
Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate you too, brother. That's definitely a powerful testimony, man. Hey, you beat a lot of demons, brother. And I can hear it.
I sure did, man.
You a demon slayer, bro. Because that's all addiction is. And you conquered those spirits. And listen, when the scriptures say the enemies will be those in your own family, a lot of the times those family members don't even know that the devices that they putting before you is an act of an enemy. You know, putting that alcohol out there for you to pollute your mind while you were coming up and learning, they don't even realize that's how these demons manifest and work through people. So they didn't even realize they were being used. Know how spiritual this is, brother. Even those people, it may come a day where you be the one who minister to them to get them off of those addictions. So don't limit yourself to where the Most High bring you. You may be delivering some of them people. All right? And because listen, you already delivered your own. So the Most High telling me in the spirit, you a demon slayer. So hey, keep on walking that righteous path, my brother. No doubt about that.
Okay, New Break, thank you very much, man. You breaking up, man, but I like the fact that I heard the part where you said I'm a demon slayer, and that's how I feel, man. I feel so strong. I feel like I can conquer and defeat any evilness that's coming towards me, and I can recognize them now. There was a time I couldn't even recognize them or see them when they were right in front of me. Now I can see them, and I can see right through them, and I know they're not good for me. And then I know, you know what, it's time for me to just walk away from this evil spirit. And they know I know. They can see in me that I know who they are. And they get weak, and they it's like they break down, man. So they're weak. They're really weak people, man. But again, thank you very much. I know you have other callers, and I'm glad I was able to get through and speak with you, man. And God bless you.
God bless you too, my brother. Thank you, family. Peace.
Thank you. Bye. Peace.
All right. How many of y'all want one more call in? We got 595 in the building. If y'all mash that thumbs up, we'll do an additional call. And then we'll lead out. I see them lights going up. Okay. We getting it today. New York City, you in the house. What's good?
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So do you have a testimony of overcoming? Been through some things, people coming against you, but you seen the light at the end of the tunnel and you went the right direction. Do you have a story like that?
Yes, I do.
Great.
I'm gonna make it short and sweet and simple. So basically, back when I was 19 years old, I'm 24 now. I was actually a direct support professional, and I basically provided services for autistic children.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually assigned to a case where I took care of a 6-year-old little boy, teaching him everyday life skills.
Mm-hmm.
But what I had quickly found out is that his parents were actually related to the rapper Fabulous. So I basically, at that time, I was doing music. I did rapping, I did singing, and I would just share my songs with them. And then the father started to teach me how to project my voice, when you rap.
Mm-hmm.
And he started to say, okay, write a few verses for this beat and then bring it back to me and we'll go over it. And then shortly after that, one day I'm working, and then Fab's road manager actually came to the house, and he introduced me to him. And I'm like, I'm not tripping, because like I mean, I knew it was real, because I was like, I've never seen diamonds like this on anyone's neck before. And so I did a little bit of research. I went on Instagram, and in fact, it was Fab's road manager. So long story short, one day I was at the house taking care of the little boy, and basically the mother, she kind of started like threatening me, basically like saying like that they wanted to kidnap me. And I was at first I was looking at her like, wait, what? And her husband, he looked at me and he was like, I know you don't want to repeat those words. And I don't know what it was, but I got really pissed off, and I sat by him and I was like, what did you say to me? And he didn't say anything after that. So after that, they basically told me that they were going to go down to the car. And I felt like it was the Most High Spirit that was talking to me, because immediately I just thought to myself, like, they're going to get guns. And so my spirit was just telling me to just like be calm and to have no fear. So I continued to like go about, you know, the day like everything was normal, and just like look after their son. What was the weirdest part is that the drug dealer in their neighborhood had actually stopped by the house, and he came into the house, and he stood directly in front of the door, and he did not move. So I thought that was weird, because I never saw the drug dealer in the house.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm in the living room, and I'm looking
well,
at him.
listen. Let me stop you for a second. So the topic is organized mobbing, right? And how we overcame it. And I understand you trying to get to your point of what you've been through. Just let me put it out there. I know that the Hollywood industry is very wicked, and I know a lot of things happen, especially when you got to deal with these people firsthand. But you know, we do have other callers, and you kind of draw the, you know, what did you know, we just can't focus on one isolated story, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I thank you for calling in though. But we definitely got to do one more call. So thank you though. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, we're gonna do one more, y'all. One more empowering call. If you've been through organized mobbing and you want to empower those who may not who may not understand, call in. All right, we got a call from Michigan. Shalom, you on the line. Oh, that call dropped. All right, we got a call from California. You on the line. Shalom. This is the last call. Hold up, it's not working here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm dropping calls. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like picking up multiple calls at one time. So, last call, Pennsylvania. You on the line?
Breed.
What's good?
Oh, okay. Hello, you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me turn my, All right, hello?
Yeah, shalom. What's going on?
My bad. All right. So I'm Mike from Philly.
Okay, what's going on, Mike from Philly?
All right, cool. So, like, I've been going through, like, a couple of things. Like, me and my family in West Philly. I'm from West Philly.
Okay.
So that whole, with Will Smith, West Philadelphia, born and raised. Yo, that's, I ain't trying to curse enough, but that's like a real, that's a real thing that goes on in neighborhoods and stuff like that.
Right.
And, yeah, so like, I was like, around my way, like, I'm known for like, I was for playing basketball and all that. But, in schoolyards and all that, and even
right.
in high school. And I had neighbors, that, I guess like they had problems with my father or whatever, but they were me and my dad with Christmas lights and stuff like that, they would cut the lights and they would they would do a lot of things to the house. They would and I'm just surprised you answered the phone. You breathe, put me on track. Like my bad though, but
it's all good, brother. So
yeah,
let me just
let's.
let's.
Anyway, long story short, in 2012, I was in I was in the 12th grade, and so I come back from basketball practice, and they son, we got in a fight, and me and my man, we got locked up for fighting. Actually, we jumped the bull. He ran up on our porch, and we got locked up for it and all that. But the father told his son to do that to us. And you know the Michael Myers knife that Michael Myers go around. He came up on the.
All right, I had to end that call. Listen, I understand y'all got isolated stories you've been through. That's not what this topic is about. But thank y'all for calling in. Thank y'all for coming through, showing y'all support. But that was the last call. That was the last call. But listen, every Friday night, we're going to start doing these call-ins, okay? Make sure you turn all your post notifications on. You're going to be having a midday motivational talk coming tomorrow. And I'm going to try to give y'all those quick 10-minute, 15-minute videos all throughout the week, all right? But a lot of my content has been going to Patreon. If you don't follow me on Patreon, you're missing a lot of exclusive content. The link is down in the description box. If you would like to donate to this work, the proceedings go to research, development. It goes to helping others. And if you would like to donate, if you feel compelled, I do accept donations. The Cash App is also in the description box. But everybody who tuned in, hopefully this was edifying for you and you gained a lot of knowledge and wisdom. I like to tell y'all, man, I love each and every one of y'all, and I thank y'all for showing y'all support. With that being said, y'all have a blessed evening. Shalom and peace.